Hey everybody, Hack Creature here. So this video is about the personal skill Malware. The base cooldown for this ability is 60 seconds. I believe with the max energy drinks, with the Book of Wisdom, I believe you can get it down to 27 seconds. Uh, I like the skill. The skill itself is totally something that I would personally use. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool skill. But even though I think it's cool and I do like it, I do feel that it needs some changes. I do feel that it's just too powerful for what it is. But before I say why it's too powerful, I'll say what I think is bad about it for the survivor themselves. Now, survivors may not see it this way as bad skill to choose, but this is how I feel about when I personally use it, and I feel how it totally changes your playstyle, because it's a totally different playstyle. So Malware. So the way you would use Malware in a match is, it's a preemptive measure. You're setting a trap. You're setting a wall. You are setting a firewall for the Mastermind. You just go up there, hold it
I
down.
don't like being watched.
I don't know how long that takes to actually use it, but bam. And then if the Mastermind comes by, oh no, they set a trap and they have to use a card, bam, 10 seconds. So the way you would use it is, you set a trap. You go to cameras you know the Mastermind will be on later. You go to the entrance, you go to the exit, you go to the security terminals, you go to important hallways. But because you're abandoning your team, because you're not with your
Ready to do
team,
this.
because you're choosing to leave them behind and die because they're usually bad teammates, uh, that's what happens. Everybody loses because you're choosing to walk away and set traps for a camera that may never even be used. You don't know. Because you may lose in Area 1 because your team is bad and you're not supporting them. That's a downside for using malware. You're not there to help out. You're trying, but you're trying too hard because you're looking for the future, but you're dying right now. So I personally don't use malware because one, it's 60 seconds cooldown base. So in order to use it effectively, in order to use it efficiently and support your team, you have to run, cooldown. You have to lessen the cooldown as much as possible so that you can use it on a camera and then just not even 30 seconds later use it on another camera. You can go with your team and set traps along the way. And that right there is where the problem is. That's the problem. So, on the Mastermind side, and why I feel it's too powerful, because, Survivors and Mastermind. I play both sides. Those who think I don't, I have Survivor videos. They don't have nearly as much views as my Mastermind videos because, I'm a better Mastermind than Survivor because I prefer Mastermind. But anyway, so for the Mastermind, it's poorly designed because you you have to use one specific card. In all the cards we have in the entire game as a Mastermind, you need one specific card in your deck. No matter what, no matter who you are, you need it in your deck at all times. Every match, every build, no matter what. You need this one card to counter one specific ability that you may never see. It's quite possible you won't go against malware. It's quite possible that you'll rarely ever see someone use malware. It's quite possible that you as a mastermind will get into a match where someone does have malware, but you win in Area 1 because the survivors are bad. But you need this card anyway. You never know when you're going to need it, but you need it. And if you don't, you're bad. See, that's the thing. If you don't have the shield in your deck, if you don't have that one card to counter this one ability,
Hacking.
you lose. You have to give them 10 seconds. You have to break the camera to get rid of it. And the kicker is, even if you break the camera, she'll just put it back on a few seconds later. And it happens to me all the time. I'll break the camera because I have to. I need that camera later, or I need that camera soon, but she'll just put it on when I come back. Or she'll put it on before I come back because she knows I already broke it. You know, that's a smart January. She's, you know, she's aware of her surroundings. She knows what camera she put it on, and she can guess which one I destroyed. So, you know, that's good. That's good thinking. Good job. But that's the thing. It's a thing with no real counter if you don't have that one card. So, why are Masterminds limited to only one counter? Why are we forced to not make an efficient deck in order to face our opponent? We can't do what we need to do if we're forced to use a card. If we're forced to use something, we have to put it in our deck. We can't efficiently make something we want. We can't play the way we want because we have to play a certain way. We have to put in a shield if we want to counter Malware. That's not fair. That's not fair that we have to put in something to counter one thing we may never see. Survivors don't have to do that. Survivors have a whole bunch of equipment that they never have to use. That's completely useless. Now, you may think, but if I don't use the cough drops, if I don't use things to counter infection, I'll get infected. Yeah, that's what blue herbs are for. Use a blue herb. You'll get rid of the infection. You don't need to resist the infection. Infection, you know, infection can be really powerful, but it's easily countered, even if you don't have the resistance to it. Infection is rarely ever a problem. In my games. When it is a problem, it's because we're bad, and the Mastermind's just good. That's it. It's not because I didn't have resistance to infection. That's stupid. January herself, for example, she never knows when she's going to go against Nikolai, but she doesn't have to run the skill to destroy cameras faster with guns. She doesn't have to run Malware. She has everything she needs in her base abilities. She doesn't have to run EMP rounds in order to be good against cameras or guns. She doesn't. She has it in her base kit. She can do whatever she wants. Everyone can do whatever they want except the Mastermind because they need one specific card, and that's not fair. So, with that in mind, I hope everybody who has heard this complaint understands why I feel that it's too powerful, because there's no real counterplay that's fair. So how would I change it? I can change it. It can be changed and still be good. It can be done. Now some people may think that, well, if you have the malware on a timer, it's not that bad. I personally don't think that's the way to go. Let's say you put malware on a camera. So, bam. Let's say I'm putting it on camera. There it is. Boom. This is a bad map for this. But, there you go. Let's say it wears off in 15 seconds. Well, it may never get used. The ability, no matter what the cooldown is, it may never be useful because you put it on a camera that, and it wears off before the Mastermind gets there. Now, you know, if the Mastermind is there, you know, he'll have to wait it out. He'll have to wait 15 seconds for the malware to go away. Now, you know, that hurts the Mastermind, and he can choose not to spend anything. He can get rid of it right now, give you the 10 second, or he can wait for it to wear off. That's an option. It sounds cool. I like it, but I don't think that's the way to go. I have a different idea, rather than a timer to malware. Now, a timer to malware might fix it, but I think it'll just make the skill bad. But maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But my personal choice for nerfing it, there it is, is instead, malware doesn't break cameras. Now, when you use a card to get rid of malware, you lose the card, and you give the survivors 10 seconds. That's what happens on malware right now. My idea is, it doesn't break the camera. My idea is, you lose the card. You have to use a card to get rid of the malware, so you lose it, but the camera doesn't break. So if you have a liquor, and you finally have enough energy to use the liquor, but you know that the next card you play is gonna get lost in transition. Well, you don't want to use the liquor. You want to use something cheaper, because you know that if you use that liquor, it's gonna cost 7. Or if you're net running a good build, it'll cost 5. That's 5 bioenergy that you lost. You lost the liquor, and you lost 5 bioenergy. You know, that hurts the Mastermind because, you know, he just lost an important card because he was silly. He lost an important card because he wasn't paying attention. He lost bioenergy, and he can't follow up his attack because he lost energy. I don't think it should break cameras. I think it should steal cards, because that hurts just as much as the camera being broken. Right now, it breaks the camera, and you lose the card. So it's insult to injury. You're losing everything. Just because you don't have a shield. You lose everything because you're bad. You lose everything because there's nothing you can do. You lose everything because you have no room in your deck for a shield. So I think that just losing the card instead of giving back 10 seconds is enough to get rid of Malware. Is it still gonna be a nuisance? Yes, it'll still be a nuisance. Malware will still screw over the Mastermind because there's the Mastermind has to pay more attention to what they give out.
I still have time to stop you.
They have a double zombie and it costs 3. They have a discount card that costs 2. They have to use the discount in order to make that double zombie a 2. But if they use that discount, they're gonna lose it. And it won't even take effect. And they'll lose bioenergy. Because they have to get rid of Malware. They have to do something. What are they gonna do? The 3 card or the 2 card? They're gonna use the 2 card. And then they lose 2 bioenergy, they lose the card, Malware goes away. Now that's not as powerful as breaking the camera, but I think it would be good enough. It would still be a good preemptive measure. It would still, you know, be that, oh no, I have to do something to get rid of this awful thing. It's gonna get rid of my cards. It's gonna steal from me. It's not gonna break the camera. I mean, breaking the camera is worse, but breaking the camera and losing your cards is it's like horrible. But the worst thing is breaking the camera. Breaking the camera and losing the card is bad, but breaking the camera is the worst thing about it because you can't counter breaking the camera unless you have a shield. That's the real problem. So getting rid of that, but still having the ability to take out the card, you know, it's a give and take. It's still powerful, it still hurts the Mastermind, but it isn't too powerful because of the cooldown. Because you can put Malware on all the cameras, you know, really quickly, very quickly, and each one breaks the camera, that's 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
You have come this far.
That's too much time you're giving back to the survivors because you can't counter them. But getting rid of the cards, you know, they're losing bioenergy every time they use a card. Now, yeah, smart people use one-cost things, but it's better than losing a camera. Now, I know that doesn't sound good for survivors. The survivors might not like that change. Not breaking the camera, you know, that's bad. I totally get that. So they can either have, you know, wears off in 15 seconds, no counter there. You can still use the shield, or you can have, you know, it doesn't break the camera, but it loses their card. Or, okay, here's a different one. How about you change the ability just a little bit more? How about it not only takes the card and the bioenergy for the card, but what if it takes more bioenergy than it normally does? To compensate for the fact that Masterminds will use cheaper cards. So, let's say a double zombie costs 3. Okay. Now he has a discount card that costs 2. He's going to want to use the discount because it costs 2, and it's okay to lose, so he's going to lose 2 bioenergy. But what if Malware doubles the bioenergy cost? So what if you use discount that costs 2, but it costs 4? So you use 2, but you lose 4 bioenergy. The camera's still there, but you lost a whole bunch of bioenergy because of Malware.
Nice.
Now that's bad, but it's not as bad as losing the camera. I think that's powerful. I think that's still powerful. I don't think it's more powerful than what it is now, because it's, you know, you're just losing the card. You're losing the card, and you're losing the bio. So you may not like the first idea, you may not like the second idea, but I think that one's pretty good. Bang.
You should stop
Okay,
now.
so to go over, because I can't actually edit things, option 1 I've heard from the community. Malware wears off in 15 seconds.
You're gonna love this.
Option 2, malware doesn't break cameras, it just steals your card. Option 3, it doesn't break cameras, it steals your card, but doubles the bioenergy cost of the card you choose to use. I like the third one. A lot of masterminds would prefer the first one. Survivors probably don't like the second one at all. I like it. It's kind of like the middle ground between being powerful and not powerful. But anyway, that's all I have. I don't know how long this video is. Thanks for watching. I know people will probably just downright hate this video because we're talking about nerfing survivors, but you know, I play survivor. I like malware. I just don't like the build I have to use it with in order to use it effectively. I don't like that. But
Taking out this
yeah,
camera.
I could use the build with the thing and make. Yeah. It's either too long or too short, and that's and that's the problem. So if you just change what it does, you fix it. It doesn't matter how fast the cooldown is. It still matters how long the cooldown is, but it doesn't matter how low the cooldown is. But thanks for watching. If you did enjoy anything about this, please press that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I mostly play Mastermind, so if you're new here and you have no idea who I am, I hope you didn't get offended by something like this. There's nothing to get offended about. I work at a motel. I have a lot to be offended by. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.
Looking good.
Thank you, January.
Hack the planet.